All right, we're going to go ahead and reconvene the special meeting, and I've actually got a public comment right now, so if it would be okay with the council, if we could go ahead and take a quick pause before we swear in the members and take public comment. I think I need all four heads to roll so I can make an adjustment to it. Thank you. All right, with that, we'll take our public comment from Randon Lane, SoCal Gas.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I apologize, I was in Yucaipa earlier and was trying to get back here on time. Obviously, I missed it, so I appreciate the opportunity to do this. As you stated, my name is Randon Lane. I'm the Public Affairs Manager for SoCal Gas here in Wildomar. As I'm sure you know, SoCal Gas distributes natural gas to residents of Wildomar, allowing your residents to heat their homes, have hot water, cook meals, dry clothes, and some residents may also use natural gas for a fireplace, barbecue, hot tub, or pool heater. The employees in your city also rely on natural gas to cook meals at restaurants, pump water, and in many industrial applications. Natural gas is affordable, abundant, and the energy source of choice in homes and businesses for the many purposes I just stated as part of a balanced energy portfolio you and your constituents enjoy. I'm here tonight to raise your awareness of an ongoing issue in California. The state legislature wants to electrify everything. A proposal which did not pass the legislature this year would have required all new buildings built after 2020 to be all electric and would have required existing buildings to be retrofitted to be all electric by 2030. While this proposal did not pass, you can be assured that more similar proposals will be coming. Think about how much you pay for electricity to cool your home in the summer and how relatively little you pay for natural gas to heat your home in the winter. Imagine paying those high electric bills year-round because you were forced to heat with electricity, cook with electricity, and do everything else you now do with natural gas with electricity. The proposals to force you to electrify your home are being made in the name of global warming, reducing greenhouse gas, carbon emissions, and other environmental goals. While these goals are admirable, a cost-benefit analysis just can't justify such drastic actions, and every homeowner and business owner in Wildomar and throughout California are the ones who will pay. Let me be clear, SoCal Gas does not oppose electrification. If you want to use only electric appliances in your home, that's your choice, but don't take away that choice from those who want to use other fuel sources. The fact is, virtually every home in Wildomar already has electricity and natural gas. This is balance. I am here alerting you that this balance is being threatened, and with it, the economic stability of families and businesses could be threatened as well. By forcing homeowners to replace their natural gas appliances, their furnace, stove, water heater, dryer, and more, the average cost to retrofit a home in California is $7,200 per home, plus the cost of electricity on top of that. There is an alternative. Biogas or renewable natural gas is natural gas which comes from organic sources. Earlier this year, SoCal Gas began accepting the first renewable natural gas system into our system from a solid waste recycling company in Riverside County. If just 16% of gas we deliver to customers comes from renewable sources, it will have the same effect on greenhouse gas emissions as electrifying all of California and at much lower cost to everyone. With a balanced approach, we can achieve goals, preserve choice, and minimize disruption and cost. The point is, you shouldn't have to choose between what some decision makers in California believe is right for the environment and the reality of what families can afford. With a balanced energy approach, you don't have to. And with my 9 seconds left, I want to say, with my other hat on, serving as a council member in the city of Murrieta, it's been an honor and a privilege to serve with Tim Walker, and he's done a lot of things for the city of Wildomar, and I look forward to the opportunity of serving with Joseph Morabito and the rest of the council, and thank you very much for this opportunity to speak.
Good seeing you, Brandon.
Thank you. I think they're all clapping because you got that done right under the 30 seconds. I was going to ask you to slow down at one point, and I realized what you were working at. Good job. All right, with that, we'll go ahead and swear in the new council members. We'll start with Joseph, is my understanding, right, Debbie? All right.
We're going to do it here.
So, Joseph, come on up here.
Don't work for it.
This is quite the ordeal. Why is this not working? Now it is. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Doing great.
Are you nervous yet?
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to have you stand just a little bit that way so that we get the Kodak moment. Now, family, friends, feel free to come on up and get as close as you need to get this picture. So I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. Take that with your left and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Joseph Morabito,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support and defend
to support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I bear true faith and allegiance
that I bear true faith and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will,
and that I will,
well and faithfully,
well and faithfully,
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
You can put your hand down. And ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you Councilman Joseph Morabito.
Thank you. I prepared some words, so let's see. I'll make this quick. My wife said no more than 3 minutes, so. Yeah, exactly. All right. First, I want to thank my family and friends and supporters for coming tonight. I was sort of anticipating a little more than 2 family members being in attendance, but it's a school night. Somebody's out of town on business. The dog ate their homework and that kind of stuff. So. All right, but thank you to my daughter Natalie and my niece Mary for making me here tonight. And I best not forget my lovely wife Grace, for whom without her help and encouragement, I'd probably still be home on the couch. But, I'm very honored to be, uh-oh, did it go out?
Just talk, it's cool.
Yeah, just use it.
All right, let's see. I'm very honored to be here tonight, the result of a diligent campaign and the trust of over 1,200 voters that selected me on November 6th. I'm just a regular guy from the neighborhood with an average education, and I'm not a very good speaker, hence these notes. It's one thing to write my thoughts out, I'm fairly good at that, but I'm not sure what you see when you look at me. But for those that knew me before I started attending city meetings in 2013, especially my family, they don't recognize the person in front of you. Is that really my son, brother, dad, uncle, and in one case, husband, that took on the task of running for elected office and won? Did he really knock on all those doors? They'd ask, and then follow up with, but isn't he the guy that doesn't even want to open the door when they knock at his own door? Now, I've changed a fair amount since attending city meetings and events. It's been a gradual evolution and one that continues to this day. One thing that I'm continually working on is people's names. I'm terrible at remembering names. I'll remember your face and probably ask your name again and again until I remember it. So if you want to go ahead and say, hey, I'm so-and-so, that'll help me out.
Me too.
Well, the election is over, and now it's time to represent the people, as I promised. I'm new at this, and I'm going to stumble often until I figure it out. There is going to be a big learning curve here. I'm not going to drag my feet with the job of city council member, but I'm also not going to start off at full speed ahead. I want to find the path, if there is such a thing, that has the fewest pitfalls and stumbling blocks. But I'm human, and I'm sure to screw things up from time to time in the eyes of many people, probably everybody at some point or another. Anyway, my goal is to represent Wildomar in a way that brings honor to our city and community. I have several things to balance at once. First and foremost, I have to represent the best interests of the people of Wildomar. And as long as we have districts, I have to be extra mindful of the issues and concerns of those that live in District 3. Second, I need to be a good team member with my fellow council members and city staff, while at the same time keeping my individuality and not being afraid to take an unpopular stance when necessary. Now, the job of council member can be a mixed bag. There are plenty of instances where smiles and pats on the back occur, like tonight, but there are a lot of tough decisions that have to be made too. Decisions that no matter which way the vote goes, about half the people will be angry with me. It's just part of the job. Now, ethics are important to me, and ethics in an elected position go further than they do in day-to-day life. Something that can be otherwise legal, but still have an appearance of impropriety. I can already see one issue for me being a member of the Wildemar Rotary Club. Now, my election has now made it that 4 of the 5 members of the City Council are part of the same club. So as an aside, I want to make it clear that when I decided to run for this office, it was to the surprise and possibly even to the consternation of some of my fellow Rotarians. I assure you that there was no old boy network that got me to run for this position. Still, that leaves the appearance of a conflict. I can see that. So, though I'm the newest Rotary member of the 4, I do hold the office of secretary, which means I outrank them in the club. Okay, so to mitigate the appearance of impropriety, there are only 2 council members on the Rotary Board of Directors. And when an issue comes before the City Council involving the Rotary Club, I will recuse myself from that item. With that, I'm eager to begin the real work that I've been elected to do and encourage email communication or Facebook messages from all the Wildemartinis within the sound of my voice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If you'll have a stand, I'd say a seat, but now we're going to have Marcia and Ben. Okay, Marcia, you're going to hold the microphone then, in your left. Because you need the right hand up. Okay, you ready? Ready. I state your name.
I,
I'm
Benjamin
Marcia
Joseph
Swanson.
Benoit,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold and defend
that I will uphold and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I bear true faith and allegiance
that I bear true faith and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will
and that I will
well and faithfully
well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Ladies and gentlemen, my honor and privilege to introduce to you Councilwoman Marcia Swanson, Councilman Ben Benoit, and those are their elected titles.
All right, let's get all our chairs back in order here, or it's the end of the meeting, right? So I think we need a group picture first off, so we can get everybody up here. Or actually, let me go down in front. We'll get one. Oh,
It's better.
it's better up here is what I'm being told. All right, come on in here.
Should not go dead. But it is Doug Gates. Everybody's so quiet.
2 good ones.
All right, okay. Marcia, you something you want to say here?
Just a thank you to everyone. I don't like being in districts. We all had to run in districts this time. Made a huge difference in votes and that kind of stuff. But that's what we're doing, and I just want to say that we'll continue to work as a team.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm that weird guy that it really likes going door to door. So Joseph, when you talk about that, you talk about how it is different. When your doorbell rings now, you will think about all the doorbells you rang as you were out walking. And I know I get up more often. I also offer that person water and tell them how I understand how it's really hard to go door to door for whatever it is they're doing, whether it's the religions or solar or all the other fun stuff. But I think it's a very honorable thing you did going out there and working as hard as you did, and congratulations. And welcome aboard to the team, and we'll move forward. And you've come in at a great time. You know, our city's doing some great things right now. We got our measure passed, and it's going to be a very good season as we move forward through the budget season with all these different opportunities of what we're going to be doing. So it's a good time to be here, and we're happy to welcome you aboard. And Tim, you had your one chance to sit in the rocking chair up front, you didn't take it. So, congratulations also to Tim and his wife who gets Tim's back. So, all right, with that, unless there's anyone else who wants to speak at this time, we'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Okay, thank you all for coming.